Our live interactive coverage with CBS Austin News begins now.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
So I have an important question to ask you. Are you a fan of Dolly Parton? What about Beyonce, Cher? What about Sondheim and Bernstein? Well, you want to make plans to go to the Austin Gay Men's Chorus Spring Concert this weekend. It's aptly named There's a Time for Us. This marks the chorus's 35th spring show.
Yeah, this project has been financed in whole or in part by the city of Austin's Elevate Grant Program. Tickets are on sale now. Their first performance is on Saturday. We're just days away. With us for our chats with Alli and JC, we have Joe Roel and Marlon Johnson. Welcome, both of you. Can you each take a moment and tell us a little bit about yourself? Joe, you can go first.
Sure. Well, like I said, my name is Joe. I am a bass in the chorus. I joined about a year ago, so I've got about 2 shows under my belt already. And in addition to singing in the chorus, I do the graphic design and the kind of marketing and social media. So it's been a really kind of rewarding experience so far.
And Marlon?
Good morning, everyone. I am Marlon Johnson. I am a tenor in the chorus. Every once in a while, I sing, I dance, I do a little bit of everything for the chorus. I joined in 2019. We had a little bit of time on a virtual platform during COVID, and I am now back. I think this is my 4th show.
And we also have Daniel Arredondo with us too. Daniel, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Arredondo. I'm the artistic director for the Austin Gay Men's Chorus. I've been with the chorus since 2018, and now we're up to about 120 voices strong, and so very excited to be here today.
I am so excited for you guys. I always go to your Christmas show. I've been to your spring show a couple of times too. We're just days away from it. How is everyone feeling going into this week?
Very excited. We have so many new things that are on the docket. We have one thing that's the Texas medley that has everything from Dolly to Beyonce. So it's something that you definitely won't want to miss. So very excited about all the new things on our repertoire list.
I'm loving watching this choreography right now. It's very good. From a dancer's perspective, I approve. So this one's called There's a Time for Us. Tell us what people going can expect from this.
For There's a Time for Us, we take you on the journey from the beginning of the LGBTQIA plus movement from like the 1950s, everything from the political things that happened through the 1970s to the 80s, through the AIDS epidemic, and then into the modern day, and how there's always a time to stand up and to voice what is important to you. I'll let the others speak about what it means, the show means to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think when Daniel kind of first explained the concept of this of the spring show, I was intrigued because I do love a narrative throughout a show, and I love that he very smartly picked all these artists and performances that have kind of contributed in some way to the LGBTQIA plus kind of story and our journey, and it feels really good to be able to sing to and with all of those, all those songs and kind of these classics that we've all grown up listening to, and then some of the more contemporary stuff that we're real excited for y'all to hear us sing.
Yeah, there's something beautiful about this chorus. There's not a lot of spaces where we can engage intergenerationally, where we can connect with one another and tell each other's stories. Song and music is really one of the last places that we get to do that. And this show really gives us an opportunity to tell the story of queer and trans experiences, not only here in Texas, but all across the world, really, through the joys, the pains, the way that time has kind of impacted the way that we engage with one another and engage in that story. So It's just really beautiful, really fun. And you'll just see the different ways that different communities and cultures also show up and pop up through our story.
How did you land on this theme, the name of it, sort of the programming around it? You know, we are going into an election year. We're in election year, months ahead from when people go vote. Is this something that kind of was on your mind as you were putting the spring concert together?
Absolutely, especially with the legislation against the members of our trans community. I wanted to make sure that we made a stance of how we feel about that. You'll get to see that in the second act. We have a very big, bold statement that we make with our Texas Time medley, and so absolutely that informed where we've come from, but still, again, how far we still have to go in our movement for equal rights.
Do you guys have a favorite moment? I don't know, you guys can't really tease too much. You don't want to give it away, but is there, for each of you, a moment that you just can't wait for this spring concert?
Marlon, what's your favorite song that you're looking forward to?
You know, you teased it in one of the clips that you showed. There's this beautiful moment where we're going to honor a lot of the pop divas throughout the generations. And for someone who was actually born in the 90s, there's something about 80s pop that just like clicks for me. And so I am really looking forward to how we engage Cyndi Lauper during our time together. So I won't spoil too much, but there's some really beautiful artistry that Daniel and Carl Logue have combined together to create a nice, beautiful moment, I think, for us.
I'm curious, what are rehearsals? We're seeing some video of y'all practicing. What are rehearsals like? I mean, I know it takes a lot of work. Hopefully you get in some fun as well.
So yes, absolutely. There's everything from the small nuances of the quiet ballads to 5, 6, 7, 8, making sure all the choreography is in line. Some of our dancers or some of our members are very well coordinated. Some are on the journey and to their kinesthetic expression, but it's lots of fun. And one thing I'm so proud of is with 120 people on stage, the patience that everyone has for each other gets a little hot up on the risers, but we're all there for the right reasons and to celebrate and to come together as a community. So it's definitely the ups and downs of everything it takes to put a show together.
Yeah, I mean, I would say as somebody in the risers or on the risers while it gets hot and there's a lot of guys up there, it's Tech Week that we're in right now is definitely challenging, but it's a lot of fun. And Daniel would agree, we're basically perfect from the beginning. So, we don't really have to work that hard. But speaking as one of the maybe dance challenge people in the chorus, the chorusography, as he likes to call it, is it's always fun, and it's totally worth it when you see like you said, 100 plus people up there doing the same hand motions and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun.
I'm just trying to get more information out of you guys, but are there any guests that may be popping up on stage with you guys? I know you guys tend to always have 1 or 2 people that come on stage and just sing and dance with you guys. Can we expect anything like that?
Who's coming on stage? I'm like, do we have? No, it's funny that usually we do, but we have so many people that are talented. So when we had solo auditions, there's lots of moments for to feature our own members. We had 70 people that auditioned for solo. So it is jam packed with featuring our own members. I think part of the what I wanted to incorporate is our stories, and so each of our narrators that comes up gets to put a little bit of their spin on their take as we've come through the decades and generations, because we have, I think, our youngest member is 21, and our oldest member, I won't even reveal the age, but they there's there may be an 8 as their first number on the as a singing member. So
that's fun. I know. I think I saw in one of those pictures. I saw our friend here at CBS Austin, Trevor Scott. He's tall, so he was in the back row for sure. Who is this geared towards? Who's your target audience, or is it everybody?
It really is everyone, because as I was we'll hear through the narratives, there were things that I didn't realize, like how early like pieces of it were, like when when Evelyn Hooker's paper came out for the National Psychologist Convention in Chicago. I didn't realize that was all the way back in the 1950s, or how long, it stayed that, like homosexuality was, this like mental illness, and until the coming generation. So it's an educational piece for everyone. As like one of the oldest millennials, there's lots of things that I still need to make sure I don't forget about, where, who we stand on all the shoulders of to be where we are today. And so it's, for newer generations, it's for the those that are less young to share their stories. So it really is for everyone.
Less young. I'm going to use that. I'm not old. I'm less young.
And I can tell you too that as far as the audience goes for the show, I've had my cousin and her husband come to the show, and they're both in their mid-20s. And then on the other side, my grandmother is 93, and she came to our Christmas show, and they both came and found me afterwards. They loved it, and it was such a fun experience for me to have family come and support, in addition to so many friends. So I would say this is geared toward basically anybody who wants to hear great music and have a fun time, and it has a way of bringing people together. So I'm really excited for people to see what we've got going on.
I would love to. Oh, go ahead, Mara.
Oh, yeah. I keep marveling whenever I look out into the audience in every show, and I'm just like, oh wow, like look at all the different people, look at all the different ages, look at all the different stories. Sometimes this is a chorus member's first time being able to share their music, their art with a family member, and to share it in such a beautiful, like boisterous and colorful way. I'm right in line with these two. This is a place where, even if you're like, I'm not so sure community chorus is up to snuff, come out and see just how much fun you're going to have when you hear us standing on that stage. This really is a show for everyone.
The chorus has been around 35 years, and I'd love to know from each of you, what has been the one moment that you still carry in your heart from your time with the chorus?
I can go first if you want. I joined, like I said, about a year ago, so I've had 2 official shows under my belt, and then a few different performances during the summer and things like that. I think 2 of the things that really stuck with me is, over the summer we went and sang at the different small town prides around Austin. So we did, Round Rock and Pflugerville, and I'm from this area. I've been in Austin for 25 years, so to go out to Pflugerville and see Pflugerville show up and come to see us sing and perform was really special, and see sort of Main Street downtown kind of be represented, and see all the businesses kind of show up for it. And I don't know about Daniel or Marlon, but last spring we sang a song called The Awakening. And every time I hear that one, every time I rewatch it, I get goosebumps, because it's one of my favorite songs that we've sang as part of the chorus, and it's really great. So, and that was my first concert, so I was like, great, it's gonna be like this the entire time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've kind of had this unique opportunity to sing in a chorus in another city, and to now sing here. And there's something about the transition from city to city, and the kind of like the ongoing community that this chorus and this organization of choruses can bring about. my moment is actually not necessarily a singing moment, because again, this chorus does so much for the community. And so I remember being really nervous. I was new to Austin. I was maybe, I don't know, like 12 days into being in Austin when I auditioned. And I walked through the doors and I saw one of the chorus members look at me and said, "Oh, you're Marlon. Yeah, we've heard about you. One of your friends from your previous chorus told me that you were coming, and we're really excited to have you audition." And it was just this moment of realization that beyond the music, you know, we really are building community. We really are trying to create something unique here to welcome and invite people in. And I think for me, that has made the music flourish that much more when we go out and we sing to families and communities, when we go and do our concerts. It's because we've built these relationships behind the scenes and cultivated an experience of warmth and love and hope that we just naturally push out through song and dance.
Real quickly for me, it's the people that come to the concert or come to join our chorus. We have 2 members that drive from Corpus every Monday, Christian and Ariana, just to come and sing with us. They're former students of mine, and they came to a concert and loved it and asked if they could join. And I said, absolutely. And so that moment, and then 2019, the holiday concert, both of my parents came to the concert. I invited them. I wasn't sure if they were going to come, but we don't always see eye to eye on things. But their love for their son and to show their support was trumped their why they may not have come. And I was a sobbing mess, but that moment there changed my life, and knew that our mission was very true of changing minds, of transforming lives, and building community. So that was a life-changing moment for me.
I don't know what can be said after that. That's pretty incredible. Well, thank you guys so much. Oh, go ahead, JC. You got more?
I was going to say one last thing. I just want to know, like, how can people out there watching this and our viewers support you guys? Obviously buying tickets for this weekend, but what about what other things do you have coming up that we can figure out how to support?
Joel, do you want to take this one? I think you know the.
Well, you know, I have some familiarity with the social media, but I would say, yeah, if come on out, get some tickets for the show this weekend. It's going to be such a fun time. Also, follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We put all of our updates out there. Any shows that we do, any local things, you'll see it on there first. And you know, we're really excited to get people out. We'll have performances through the summer, you know, around town, and then we'll obviously move into our fall and holiday performance later this year. But atxgmc.org, that is our website, and you can get tickets there. You can find out all about us, and it's a great way to kind of stay up to date.
And for people watching that might want to audition, when's the next audition? Start practicing now.
Yes, auditions will be happening in August, and even if you can't make the audition date, we also have a way to apply online, so you can submit an online audition as well. So there should be no reason that you can't come and join us. As Joe said, we'll be singing for the Round Rock Pride this summer. Also, our smaller group Take Note will be having a Pride concert on June 9th, and then in July we're going to Gala, which is an international convention that happens every 4 years, and we'll be representing Austin. The last time we went, we took 20-something members, and now we'll be going with just under 100 to represent us on an international level. So we're really excited about all the things coming up.
That's great. I'm thinking Pitch Perfect in my mind.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's great.
Well, JC, I can help you with your dance moves. Somebody else is going to have to help you sing if you want to audition in August. He's like, I'll sit in the audience. I'll support you from the audience.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And good luck.